Okay, so I wanted to show you how I put a canvas, a stretched canvas, into a frame. So here's my frame and here's my canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here into the frame, and it's a really tight fit because I stretched this canvas myself. And then I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to put it right, I'm going to try to avoid my tacks. I'm going to make a hole right here on the edge of the canvas, like that. Whoops, I have to get some soap. Okay, so whenever you're putting in screw eyes, what happens is the friction from turning the screw eye can make this little tip break off. So what I do is I got my soap a little wet, and then I'm just going to get some soap on the edge of that. And now I'm going to pull my awl out. I'm going to just try to get this out of here. And I'm going to screw my screw eye into that little hole I made. If my canvas, you know, I might have to not screw it in as far if I had more space. I think I will just take it out one screw. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. You won't have tacks on your canvas. This is just because I stretched it myself. All right, so I get my screw eye. I'm going to get a little soap on it. And I'm really serious about this. Your screw eye, it'll just break right off. It gets so hot. It's really unbelievable. So anytime you're using screw eyes, you want to use soap. And I learned this from my framers in New York. And now I'm going to put that in. And I really like to frame this way because it's so easy to take it in and out. Like, I do have a point driver. I have put nails in where you put them in right behind here and right into the frame. The only danger with doing this is that your screws will be too long and they'll go through the front of the frame. So you want to check that before you do the next step. And the way you check that is you just hold it. Oops. Who knows if you can see this? You hold it like that, and you can see it's not going to go clear through the frame. So I take my awl again, and I make a hole down through the screw eye. You know, if you wanted to use a tiny little drill, you could, if that's maybe a safer bet. And then I'm just going to screw that screw in. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, use my awl to make a hole in the middle of my screw eye. And I didn't screw my screw eyes in all the way because I wanted to be sure it didn't split the wood when I put this screw in. Like, oh, kind of did a little bit. So if if you're worried about that and you're not as lazy as me, you could use a tiny little drill and drill these holes. Okay. So there's my second screw eye. Who knows if anyone can see. And I only need 2, and my painting is really in there, super strong. There's no reason to use more, and it's very easy then to change it out when you want to change the frame. And you can just leave those screw eyes right in there. And when I'm going to hang my painting, when I'm going to wire my painting to hang it, I can either wire it on the back of this the canvas stretchers, which is kind of a nice idea because then even if you take it out of the frame, you can still hang it up. And let me just show you what I like to use for that. I don't know what there must be somewhere you could find out the absolute right distance to put your wire. I don't know what it is. I just wing it. Maybe a fourth of the way down, something like that. And I like to use these little thingies to hang my wires on. And like I say, I would just put them, same thing, I use my awl to make the hole before I screw the screw in there. Okay, so I hope that helps.